although my snapshot has only just been set up and I've not captured any data yet, I am going to go and create that output report so it's there and ready for when I need it. So again, I can just go to my 9 dots and then search for reports. And again, I need to create a new report from scratch for this. And then I need to find my report type. So this is the one I've just created. So if I click all on the left, because I won't have used it before, and search for high level. So I've got 2, so it might have already created one for me, so I might have duplicated that. Doesn't really matter, but you might want to check once you've created that object if the report type's created automatically. If it is, you're good to go. If not, you can go and create it as I did in the last step, and then click Start Report. Now, I'm going to go straight to my Filters tab as I always do, and I'm going to change this to show all high-level turnover snapshots all time. That's how we start every single report. And then I'm going to just do another filter, which is going to be run date adjusted equals use relative date, and I'm going to type last 365 days just to show the data for the last year. And again, obviously I've got no data because it's not run yet. However, I'm going to go back to my outline tab and start to build out the report. So I'm going to group the report by the run date so I can see the turnover month on month. You could group it by something additional if you wanted, such as division. Then I'm going to add my columns. So I've got headcount at start of period, headcount at end of period, starters within period, leaver within period, involuntary leaver in period, voluntary leaver in period. And then what I need to do is add some formula fields to the actual report. So next to columns, you've got this drop down arrow here. Click on that and do add summary formula. Now for this report, I want to show the total turnover overall. So for that, any formulas, I need to select this option, grand total only. And then I'm just going to pull over the formulas I've got in my guide. So the first one is average headcount total. So I'm just going to pull that over and pop that down there. And just to show you that that's okay, I click the validate button and then it's valid. So obviously these formulas are all copied and pasted from my guide, and it's got the API names of all the fields. So if you're naming them exactly as we have done on the guide, this should be valid. However, if you've named the object high level turnover snapshots, then you'd need to enter an extra S. Oh, wrong place. Where that is referenced there. And again, yeah. So just try and keep it as consistent as possible, and you should have as few errors as possible. So I'm going to click apply there, and then it will be at the end of my columns. Obviously, I've got no data yet, so I can't see it coming to life. So you'll need to just work through that for all of the formulas in the guide. So that's the average headcount total, which we just did, turnover total, turnover involuntary, and turnover voluntary. So just to show you then, I've now created all 4 of those summary formulas as per the guide, which we have over here. Note that the first one is a number field, the rest are percentages. So if I just click into turnover total, you can see here I've selected the formula output type as %, and they're all there and ready to go for when my snapshot has run. So that was the total turnover report created, where we'll be able to see, turnover overall, as a total figure, as a kind of the snapshot in the guide shows you. But some people may want to report on turnover by month. So to do this, I'm going to actually clone the existing report that we just built. So I'm going to go save as, and then I'm going to change this to monthly turnover at the end, just to show it's slightly different, and I'm going to still save it in my turnover snapshot folder. Now do is go into edit mode. So all you need to do is navigate to your summary formulas down the bottom and work through each of them individually and updating them with the formula fields that are in the turnover by month section in the guide. So just here you've got these 4 formulas, which are basically the same. They're just slightly different to account for the monthly formula. So I'm just going to copy and paste the first one. Click into average headcount total and paste that over the existing formula. Select validate to check it's okay, which is great. And then I've just got a couple of other actions. We want to display this as a selected groups, not grand total. And you can leave this as run date adjusted. And then I'm just going to update the title to show it's average headcount monthly rather than total. Click apply. That's the first one done, and you just need to work through the last 3 using the formulas in the guide. So just simply pasting over the formula and updating the formula label and the grouping to selected groups. Once your data's run, you can play around with these toggles to see how you want it to view. I generally turn off the detail rows for this, and then if I just do save, that should be good to go for when I capture my data.